What is going on, players? I'm Black Furious and I'm here with a Beckett overview. If you are coming from a shooter game and find yourself in Gigantic, then Beckett will be your home away from home most likely, which in short means no matter who's acting up on the enemy team, she's packing a special type of heat rated E for everyone. When playing Gigantic, you'll find out that each game has its own meta, between rush, clash, and characters being overpowered on one map but just being okay on another. If you like consistency, then I can proudly recommend Beckett, since you'll be hard pressed to find any situation where she is not at least average in. Combat wise, she is the type of character where you can escape from the enemy team, run indoors, and set up a wall at the entrance, and your screen will still be flashing red from taking damage, and you'll have no idea where it's coming from until you see the Beckett softly land on your body after securing yet another kill. She really is the hateable but lovable pesky fly in Gigantic. With all that said, let's go ahead and go straight into Beckett's overview. Okay, so starting off with Beckett abilities first. She's a pretty simple character, so this should go by pretty quick since none of her abilities have any depth to her. Her auto attack are her machine pistols. It's pretty much exactly as it sounds. She has 2 pistols, she fires them, they have 30 ammo total. Her next ability is grenade. You throw a grenade and it blows up with a 4-meter radius. Her Q ability is weapon swap, which combines both her machine guns to form a cannon. It says cannon, but her ability could kind of be seen as just a linear grenade launcher as well. Her E is jetpack. When she activated, you get 1 free launch, and then after that, you could jump 1 more time. It's activated for 4 seconds, and it allows Beckett to double jump. And her focus is airstrike. She could designate a bomb to fall in the area 3 times, doing massive amounts of damage. Starting with the auto attacks, her left upgrade starts with clip service. This increases your max ammo for your machine pistols from 30 going up to 42, so it pretty much adds 12. No additional effects are added. Her second tier left upgrades would be close quarters and amping. Close quarters will give her 10% extra damage if she's within 10 meters of her target. Ampum will give her machine guns 30% armor penetration. Her right upgrade path for her machine pistols will start off with sharpshooter. Sharpshooter will swap out your machine gun consistent damage for 5-round bursts, but it can also increase your crit chance build up much faster. Your second tier upgrades will be painfully accurate and tactical shooter. Painfully accurate increase your crit damage by 10%. Tactical shooter will give you 15% additional damage on back hits. Okay, so now your grenades. Your grenade left upgrades will start off with cracked troops. This applies cracked armor to everybody that get hit by your explosion. Your second tier left upgrades for grenade would be frag grenade and smart grenade. Frag grenade increases the explosion range from 4 meters to 5 meters. Don't overlook this 1 meter extra radius. This changes the visual of it as well, and you can clearly see on how much additional area this covers. Smart grenade, whenever you throw your grenade, if it's a direct hit, it will deal additional 100 damage, push enemies away by 5 meters, and interrupt them. For your grenade right upgrade skill path, you'll start off with tear gas. Tear gas will make it to where your grenade bounces 3 times, applying area of effect poison on the ground for every place it lands. These areas of effects will last for 3 seconds and they cut all healing by 50% and deal damage over time. Your second tier upgrade would be lingering fumes or exhaust fumes. Lingering fumes will make it to where all poison will last for an additional 3 seconds, totaling it up to 6. Exhaust flames will make it to where whenever you use jetpack, your grenade cooldown will be reduced by an additional 10 seconds. Meaning you use it, then the grenade cooldown will start for 15 seconds and then you jetpack away and it will reduce down to 5 seconds. It will not reduce the cooldown of your next usage of grenade if your grenade cooldown isn't already going. Now onto your Q ability, weapon swap. Your left upgrade tree for weapon swap will start you off with rocket booster. This increases your projectile speed and range of your cannon. The range will increase by 20 meters. The left second tier upgrades will be arming time and fully loaded. Arming time will increase your cannon damage up to 15% for distances up to 25 meters. It's important to note that it's not saying after 25 meters it increases your damage by up to 15%. It is saying your damage will increase to a maximum of 15% going up to 25 meters. So if they're half of 25 meters, you'll still get half of the 15% damage. Fully loaded. Your first shot after reloading will deal an additional 100 damage. Your first upgrade going to the right will be Flame Cannon. This will make it to where whenever you hit somebody with your cannon, you'll apply a 20 damage a second burn for 3 seconds. Your right second tier upgrades will be Afterburn and Blast Radius. Afterburn will allow your cannon to pierce through enemies to hit people behind them as well. Blast Radius will now make your cannon shots explode for area damage. Now for your jetpack upgrades. Your first upgrade to the left will be Fuel Capacity. This will increase the duration of jetpack by an additional 2 seconds. Your second tier upgrades will be Up and Away and Jet Power. Up and Away will give you 1 additional jump whenever you use your jetpack. So your first time usage, you can jump, jetpack, and then jump 2 more additional times, which makes it a total of 4 jumps. And then after that, every jump you can get 3. Jet Power. Whenever you're flying, your machine pistols do 15% additional damage. Your first upgrade to the right would be Rocket Pack. Rocket Pack will give you access to the ability Rocket Dash, making it to where whenever you're running and you hit your jetpack, you will now get a small dash. Your right second tier upgrades will be Ignition Switch and Blast Away. Ignition Switch will make it to where you now leave a burning trail behind you after dashing away using your jetpack. Blast Away makes it to where whenever you're sprinting and use your jetpack, you now push away all nearby enemies. So all her jetpack abilities is what makes her so hard to get your hands on her, because not only can she get great vertical distance away from you, reaching levels and floors that you can't follow her to, where she could turn around to do damage to you or to get away, but she also get a jetpack dash will give her great horizontal distance away from you if you have no speed buffs or any gap closers. And then even on top of that, she can push you away for almost the same distance she's dashing on, doubling it. This is what defines her as the pesky fly of Gigantic. Can't get to her and you can't get away from her. A good Beckett will always be able to control the distance between her and her enemies. Starting with her left upgrade tree, we'll start off with Precision. Precision makes it to where she has a 25% crit chance build up. Her left second tier upgrades for her focus will give you the options between Tactical Awareness and On Guard. Tactical Awareness will now give you 10% backstab damage reduction and 10% backstab damage. On Guard will now give you 20% front damage reduction while you're attacking. For her right upgrade skill path, the first upgrade option you'll be offered will be Will to Power. This will give her 10% front damage reduction and 10% damage boost until death. Her right second tier upgrades will offer you Supreme Will and Refocus. Supreme Will now make it to where her ultimate now gains 100% crit chance and restores 100 stamina. Something to consider here is that crit chance increases your damage by 20%. So this passive is pretty much saying it's offering 20% damage bonus to your focus, and it makes it to where you waste all your stamina to get into the fight, to drop ultimate, and then you can get all your stamina to get right back out. Refocus offers to turn you to a focus machine, getting 15% additional focus gain, and then after using your ultimate, you gain an additional 25% focus gain till death. What it is pretty much saying here is that it's willing to give you 40% focus gain for the entire game if you can make it without dying. And even if you die, you can gain it back if you just use your ultimate. This gives Beckett the chance to be using a third tier focus ultimate a lot more likely. Beckett talents, we'll start off with Grenadier. Grenadier reduces your grenade's cooldown by 2 seconds, and when you enter clash, it reduces it by an additional 2 seconds. This can lower your grenade cooldown down to 11 seconds. Your second option for a talent will be Outgun. Outgun offers you Whenever you swap weapons, your basic attack damage increases by 7% for 3 seconds. Whenever you enter Clash, this can go up to 15% additional damage every time you swap weapons for 3 seconds. Last but not least, you have the Ready to Jet talent. Ready to Jet talent makes it to where whenever you use your jetpack, you gain 25 additional stamina, and while flying, you gain 100% more focus for whatever you do. So that's the Beckett overview. After checking out all of her abilities, hopefully we can all agree that Beckett really is extremely versatile and she has something for everybody. Her pistols offer an option between flat damage increases and close range combat, and also maintaining your range but having a crit build option as well for squishier targets. Her grenade offering are 2 great option paths for increased damage to offer help to your team to up their damage, or you can go for poison grenade, which would greatly cut off the enemy support healing. Her Q offering great long range single target damage, or great team fight AoE damage, and even her getaway skill jetpack offering an offensive airtime option so you can keep raining down bullets from above, are an excellent getaway option of you blowing away your enemies while you dash away. Usually when I do these overviews and I break down the playstyles, I can usually tell you the critical upgrade that will determine the rest of your playstyle that will be set on 1 or maybe 2 abilities. But for Beckett, each upgrade you make for each of her abilities could greatly determine how you play the rest of the game. With her auto attacks, her grenade, and her jetpack. So with that being said, instead of pointing out which ability upgrades will determine your playstyle, I would mention the ones that at least determine it. And I would say that would be your grenade and your focus upgrades. Your grenade upgrade will usually be a response to how the enemy team is building. If they have a Vidasi and Uncle's Vin and the healing is getting out of control, of course you'll probably want to opt for the poison. And if not that, you'll probably just opt for damage in every other situation. And her focus upgrades being really up to preference if you're willing to be a focused machine or if you want to pump out a little bit extra damage. But without a doubt, her 2 auto attack upgrades and her jetpack are single-handedly her most important upgrades, and you'll need to decide of which one you'll opt for from the start of the game. But without a doubt, her auto attack and her jetpack upgrades are her most important, and you will definitely want to be rushing these upgrades at the start of the game. But that would be all for the Beckett overview. If you like the video, you like my take, or you just like hearing about all the gigantic heroes, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss our next overview. Thanks for watching.